Assalamualaikum. Today we have the founder of Everia. कैसे हैं आप? मैं ठीक हूँ और कैसे हैं? ऐसे हो मतलब मैं ना पूछते हैं कि आजकल ना there are a lot of project management apps and productive apps. For example, Jira, Notion, ClickUp. Why did you even think of making another project management app? First of all, thank you for bringing this question. So, this is the main. So we have a lot of project management apps और मेरा जो experience है almost 13 years का. So I've been using quite a lot of different apps starting from Jira almost 13 years ago. और उसके बाद Trello, ClickUp, Monday.com. So there are a ton of apps. लेकिन जो basic issue है उन apps में अगर Jira से start करें तो it's quite complex to start with and it requires quite a lot of training. Kujibaki projects, there are a lot of fragmented things. A lot of teams need to use a lot of different tools. For example, Jira, Trello, GitHub use that. You still need to use a lot of tools, external tools, which there are built in them by default. One of the basic things we want our every developer team have is test case management. A lot of teams need to pay subscription fee for a separate tool for test case management, which of course each and every community has. What we did, we made it a built-in tool inside the Everia and we're giving this for free. But it's not about pricing only, or it's not about giving it for free. आपका प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट टूल आप सेपरेट यूज कर रहे हैं उसके बाद टेस्ट केसेस आप कहीं और यूज कर रहे हैं you still need to navigate through different tools. It's still not about navigating through different tools. It is your actual ticket is not connected with your test case. So it's fragmented space. आपके जो टेस्ट केसेस हैं कहाँ से इंजीनियरिंग हुए कहाँ से ड्राइव हुए so there is a lot of gap between requirements to test cases. So this is one of the biggest things it is fixing. So this idea did not get all of a sudden. So I have been conducting interviews, discussions with a lot of teams, trying to crack this issue, and it's been going on for a while in my head. So yeah, that's all, and that's where we are. So this was one of the aspects, and second aspect was of course pricing. During our early days in the industry, we definitely have a struggle to pay subscription fee for each user. So imagine you are paying $8 to $10 for the user for your project management tool, and then you are going to use another test cases management tool where you are going to pay 25 plus dollars for each person. So definitely, we did not have enough money to pay at that point, and it hit me hard. It was personal to me. Every time we had a new user, a new member of the team, we had to think how to struggle, squeeze ourselves inside free tier of Jira that is they provide each user for free. We sometimes tested it, but we sometimes had to share credentials across the people so that few people are using same account. That is, of course, risky and that's not quite safe. So with Everia, you don't need to worry about per person fees. For example, there is a person who doesn't use Jira regularly. He is just silently monitoring all of your progress. You still need to pay for that. With us, or with Everia, with my point of view and my idea, you don't need to worry about the number of users. How many users do you have in the 10, 20, 50, or even 100, 500? You can add them inside the app. So a lot of people struggle with like an entrepreneurial mindset. आपने कहा ये जो idea मैंने बहुत देर लगाई है develop करने में. So how did you develop the idea first? How did it begin? The original concept कैसे बना? Yeah, so for a long time, definitely, I had struggled to go through with what we have. So time comes and I thought, and of course, maybe if I didn't have this idea, this would not come to the life. Zealtouch meanwhile was we have enough manpower, and there was a time when we had few people who did not have education on any project, and I thought of using them to start this project. So we did use them, and soon after, once it came to life, we had to spend more resources, we had to invest more on that, so that what you see right now, that's the result of all those efforts. And then suppose if any person, if from hardcore artist wants to start an art business, what would you recommend them? You're a founder, and what the experience you gathered after getting an event, difficulty. Yeah, definitely, if you have an idea you want to start, you should start it. You don't need to worry about how it will happen or what is the first step. The thing which matters is the first step when you take that step. So I have a lot of ideas in my mind throughout my career. What I do, I think, should I do it or no? I keep thinking for 3 months, and then I discuss with someone. A lot of them discourage me, and if someone say yes, this is a good idea, you should start with this one, and then I keep thinking for next 3 months because I didn't have enough time. I had motivation, but motivation is not enough. The thing which is enough or which you should have to start something, that is the first step. You need to take the first step. That is the most important. But of course, there are some pre-steps you need to validate the idea. You need to see if there is a need for that or who is your target audience. In the modern world, a lot of people talk about making a need, like you have made a need in other art more or in firms or businesses. आपके हिसाब से making a need, just like Everia, it becomes a need. How does any company, including yours, makes the need? Of making a need, if that means the need in the market or need of use for this product? Both. Yes, I don't think you can create a need for something out of blue. You need to find the gap. You need to see need is always there. You just need to figure this out. Where is that need and how you can solve this problem. So that is how you cannot create a need, you can identify it. You can create, of course, 100 and unless you are part of the ecosystem. So where not many people are part of that ecosystem. So you just need to identify the need and then you need to come up with how you can achieve or how you can meet that need. And once you have that, you will know what to do. And next step is execution. Going back to the Peter Suppose bonds, what's your vision? What's your goal as and both as a person who is a CEO of Everia and just as an entrepreneur? Yes, with Everia, so it is not just an idea. So it has a lot of background as a developer. I have development background and I have worked with a lot of different teams. I have worked with a lot of different tools, and I know all the project managers struggle a lot to keep that vision and to keep everything on track. They are making Excel sheets, they are tracking the progress, performance, a lot of tools. So with Everia, my idea is I don't know how soon that can be achieved in the next 6 months or 1 year, but idea is our vision is to make project management or make the job of project manager easy to contain to it on primitive or human in a way. And that is same for developers. That is same for the QA. So that is what I want to give to life. That's a very interesting idea, and it's a very interesting mindset to have. For example, if someone's struggling with that mindset and like combining different expertise, like our software say, our colleagues was given a software say a fashion designer, but he wants to have a more entrepreneurial or like experience different fields, and they're just afraid of, they're afraid or they're uncomfortable. What would you recommend? Uncomfortable to start with an idea? Yes. Just going any field because yeah, after that I think now time is quite different. I remember in 2013 when we started the app. That was my first side project, first entrepreneurial opportunity. So that was quite difficult at that time. I had a senior with me who was assisting me. We both of us did that work. That MSc lab. That was quite difficult at that time. But now, with a lot of vibe coding tools, you can easily go and build something over the weekend. Of course, that is a separate discussion if that is scalable or not. But the thing is, you have power in your hands. You have an idea. You don't need to validate it in a way we was doing many years ago. You just build it and then you can show it to some of your friends or to think the people who are done this. You can show them. And then you can quickly see if that's real or not. What is the response of people? How you are going to improve it. So you would have a working prototype in front of you over a weekend. You can use November, you can use Claude, or there are a lot of tools that you can do that. That's quite amazing. आपने कहा कि मैं जाता हूँ अपने दोस्त के पास आप एक आइडिया डिस्कस करते हैं और काफी रिजेक्ट कर जाते हैं. A lot of people, especially young people who want to have dream, struggle with rejection. So both in their profession and personal life. Again, as an entrepreneur, I would imagine that you have also been rejected a lot of times. आप क्या recommend करेंगे? This mindset आपके साथ, this tenacity. Yeah, I think nothing comes out of blue. You need to do struggle. So if someone did a struggle of building something 10 years ago, nowadays you don't have to do the same struggle, but type of struggle is different now. So now it's distribution. So there's nothing easy, you're not going to get something overnight, or if you don't do any struggle, you're not going to achieve that. There's a rule or something called what does what was word I forgot the word, but it's like yeah, turtle speed. What matters at the end? It doesn't matter how brilliant idea which you have, how brilliantly you did execute, but how brilliantly but you have in your access. At the end of the day, it matters how consistently you have done that job, but you have done that task to achieve your goals. So if you are rejecting one idea, doesn't matter. You can try a second, third, fourth. So being rejected by one idea is not end of the world. You need to think beyond that if you want to achieve something. How did you develop that like philosophy or psychology of that mindset? I don't know if you talked to me 10 years ago or 30 years ago when I started my journey, maybe I would have same question. What if this did not work? But you need to understand this with time. If you want to achieve something, for example, if a lot of students they go to university, they go to colleges, if they're failing one subject, they don't give up. They try, they prepare next semester, and they come on stronger. So you always, I think this struggle is part of our life every day. So you go out to achieve something. If you are not able to achieve, you don't end up there. You try it next day. So that's part of our everyone's life. We just really figure this out, in especially in our entrepreneurial journey. But for example, student वो तो एक काफी less risk factor है एक job बंदा करता है उसके लिए risk factor is less relatively एक entrepreneur तो they make a lot of money which is amazing but उनकी risk factor high होती है they have invested both their emotional capital and monetary capital. So if a person, let's suppose if I go with an idea, let's suppose if I try to make a fashion brand, if that get rejected and it sounds like what that whereas it's also quite personal for you, because you have struggled as also as a project manager and as a software person. So how does a person does not take it personally? I don't think first of all this is not about capital. This is not about money. This is not about investment. How much money you have to invest in something, but how much capital you have at your hands to do the job. When I started my app, 13 years ago, I didn't have any capital. I was at my first job and I didn't leave my job. I was managing that alongside my job. One good thing with students and a lot of young people, they have a lot of time to do all these kind of activities with studies or with job. They have a lot of time, they have a lot of energies. When I was at that time, I remember I can work all night on the side product and I was going to job next day. So I didn't have any working capital. But now I know a person, I won't name him. He's also a student. He wanted to sell pet food or especially the dog food. So he started with the Instagram page and now he has a lot of customers. He has his own platform. He did not have any capital. He did not invest anything to start with. Nowadays, you have a lot of tools. For example, you want to start a fashion brand, you can quickly do that with your Instagram page. You can have a WhatsApp group, so you can have a Facebook group. So a lot of opportunities out there now. So basically, I guess main advice is just experiment with things. Yeah, just explore it. So yeah, the thing what we have learned throughout our life in school or even before school, in colleges and in universities, we are scared to explore something. We don't want to go out of our comfort zones. So everyone is same. They need some exceptions. I was same as well. So what we should do is just go out of our comfort zone and we should start exploring things, start experimenting something. So if you try something, you are scared of something, and if you try, what can go wrong? It will fail. Yes. So that is equally same as you didn't try. So you are still at the same level. But if it succeeds, you have a lot of things in future. And that's actually quite true. Yes. Quite big. Um, and one more point, I had a lot of securities, a lot of concerns, and I never wanted to go out of my comfort zone. I still have a lot of insecurities in a lot of places. I don't want to go out of my comfort zone. But now I have a rule. If I am ever in a situation where I don't want to go out of my comfort zone, मैं वो definitely जरूर करता हूँ, just telling myself. Always try to go outside of your comfort zone. Nothing will happen. At, at worst, you will fail, but that's where you already are. A lot of people in the world of media and entertainment and even in the business world, are not that honest. You said you have a lot of insecurities. If you don't mind me asking, eh, as a person who is respected in the business world, how can you be so honest and still very respected? I don't know how to answer this one, but the point is, I don't think there is honesty is a basic thing. So you should definitely be honest. If you're not honest with anything, with your business. But the first point is being honest with yourself. So honest means you're honest with yourself. So that's the I don't know if that gives you the answer. And again, a lot of people still struggle with insecurity. A lot of people, like teen university students, yeah, even famous people, even well-respected people. And again, they're not that honest, they're facade, I think architecture party are quite honest. And in this the business world, honesty is quite a double sword. It can make a brand, but it can also destroy a brand, right? How do you held this principle? Yeah, there is a line. So you need to be honest on certain things, especially as long as it's professional life or it's or business. So definitely you need to be honest with your customers, with your colleagues, with your brand. So that is at least the minimum thing that is expected. That's very nice one. Nice. So I don't think honesty would destroy your business. Yes. As long as you are brutal honest and you are sharing details, secrets, and everything. So there is a line.
But a lot of people say, okay, like, they either one, they're not honest, and second, their leadership style is also autocratic, cerebral, like military types of, style. And it's not very creative, I suppose. It's not very experimental in any business, especially in Pakistan, all the cases. So I think from your, as you say, leadership style is quite, it's a mixture, it's quite straightforward. So how I don't think I am creative. Yes. So I mean, leadership style is very well done. It's not very like forceful again. It has it's like democratic in a sense. So that's just natural, or did you just learn from experience? No, of course, it's not that I didn't come from quite creative. Yeah. So I think this is where I am. I have, as I mentioned at start, मैंने बहुत सारे लोग के साथ काम किया है, बहुत सारे डिफरेंट बैकग्राउंड के लोगों के साथ काम किया है। मैंने पाकिस्तान में, हांगकांग में, स्वीडन में और जर्मनी में, और इसके अलावा बहुत सारी इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में डिफरेंट माइंड सेट के लोगों के साथ काम किया है। So it, it's a kind of a mixture. So now I do the things which I think are right. और अगर यहाँ पे it's not entirely कि मैं बहुत ज़्यादा flexible हूँ. Yes, of course I have some limitations. लेकिन अगर मेरी टीम की बात की जाए, डेवलपमेंट टीम की बात की जाए, तो वहाँ पे I want to give them freedom, I want to give them relaxation, but again everything comes with a price. Yes. जब मैं हांगकांग में काम करता था, स्वीडिश कंपनी थी, उसके बाद स्वीडन में काम करता था. So Nordic working style, the Swedish working style is quite flexible. So they don't differentiate अगर आप boss हैं या employee हैं. Everyone sits at the same level. There is no separate room for your manager. वहाँ पे आपके CEO का separate room नहीं है. Everyone sits in the same floor and they're accessible and they truly value you as a resource. Oh, that's what I wanted to be to my homie as well when we started Zealtouch a few years ago. और start में मैं definitely वही चीज़ लेके आना चाहता था where everyone is honest, everyone do work in a quiet, relaxed environment. And of course, we have many people जिन्होंने इस चीज़ को exploit नहीं किया और ना चाहते हुए भी हमें फिर कुछ limitations, कुछ चीज़ें drawing which we have to follow. Yes. But I still think in your teams, you should be honest and you should have a kind of trusting environment for each other. And everyone in the team should have courage to say you no. And no means if you're doing something wrong and they think it is wrong, they should have courage to tell you on your face कि ये इसे अच्छे तरीके से ठीक हो सकता है. और अगर डेफिनेटली जब मैं पाकिस्तान में काम कर रहा था 2012-13 में उस वक्त आई वाज इन सेम सिचुएशन अगर उस वक्त ये चीज़ें होती क्वेश्चंस होते मे बी मुझे इसका आइडिया भी ना होता सो आई थिंक आई वुड बी क्रेडिट टू a lot of international exposure I have. Yes. And after the international exposure, beside learning how to have a team which is more motivated, which works more like which has a more family sort of culture in a sense. Besides that, what did you learn from your I think 13 years experience, I suppose? So आपने उसके अलावा क्या सीखा है? Just not just managing, not just managing a vision, just managing the team, also managing how to motivate someone, how to, discuss some controversial things. अगर वो नहीं करे, अगर वो उसको करें सामने में shouldn't be है. तो especially आपका दोनों का experience, आपका एक पाकिस्तानी experience भी एक international experience भी है. So how do you balance both of them and learn from both cultures at the same time? हाँ जी पाकिस्तान में भी मेरा काफ़ी अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस था मैंने नॉर्थ बेस्ड सॉल्यूशन से स्टार्ट किया था सो दैट्स क्वाइट गुड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और आई थिंक जो बेसिक उन्होंने मेरी बनाई थी आई विल गिव a lot of credit for all of these things I have now to North West Solutions. वहाँ पे मुझे काफ़ी सारे लोगों के साथ काम करने का मौका मिला और काफ़ी पॉइंट्स और फिर कस्टमर्स भी के साथ काम करने का मौका मिला और I have been learning a lot of things since then. लेकिन I still think I have a lot of flaws. Yes. I don't think myself a great leader or even visionary. Yes. The thing I have in my mind, I have to refine that a lot of times. Yes. So it's not like I just think something and I'm great, I come up with an idea. No, that's not the case. Yes. So I don't think myself as a great leader. A lot of times, my team have a lot of issues with me. And so it's not like मैं जब my team है वो बहुत ज़्यादा relaxed है, they always enjoy working with me. So many people don't enjoy working with me. Okay, and I still think the way I'm handling things that can be improved. Of course, I will go into negative things because again, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो अभी भी improve करने की जरूरत है, and I have a long list of things which I need to improve over the years. Yes, but again, a lot of people are not honest with saying, "Yeah, I'm not a good leader." You have probably like a decade experience. Yes, how a person like you who are so honest and have other insecurities can even just you know be so critical yet not critical at the same time of themselves. How do I think I have to be. I'm sitting in front of camera. If I say I'm great leader, the people who are with me, they know I'm not great leader. So I have other choice. Exactly. But again, so again, dig deeper into this concept, and because again, duality is a very interesting concept, right? Duality, people don't understand duality, right? They think that duality is कि एक चीज में stuck होना कि but आपने concept of duality कि you are good at your job and you're also honest about your flaws, right? A lot of people, any person, no matter how rich or poor, they're not honest with their vision. Because these self-awareness constantly that main goes to my experience. So यहाँ पे ये शायद बाहर जाओ की कंसेप्ट है, माइंडसेट है, some जगहों पे जजमेंट बैठे का you can be honest in every place. Yes. For example, अगर आपने and it's not that I am always honest. Yes. अगर मैं काम करते हुए अभी भी मैं जजमेंट करता हूँ जी, काम करते हुए मैं कि प्रोडक्शन का रिव्यू रहा था जी, तो I would definitely not don't say कि ये मैंने किया. But honestly, so जी, was honesty different. That's आपकी self awareness now. See, that's the difference. You have to understand that that's well known right now. But self awareness is the beginning of honesty, right? Introspection is also you're quite an introspective person. At least it seems like it. So you can say like it is about what do you want to achieve in life. It is. So I think टाइम के साथ साथ ये चीजें अगर आप अपने आप को ही देखें व्हाट यू वाज 5 years ago या मैं 5 साल पहले कहाँ था या उससे 5 साल पहले कहाँ था तो I am definitely not going to lie myself but I was 5 years ago. ये हमेशा हर बंदे को पता होता है कि वो अपने आप में क्या इम्प्रूव करना चाहता है रिगार्डलेस आप करें अपने आप को इम्प्रूव या आप ना करें यस आपको पता है कि आप क्या इम्प्रूव करना चाहते हैं सो आई वाज जस्ट ट्राइंग टू डू मैनी थिंग्स जो मैंने इम्प्रूव करनी है और अभी भी डोंट आइडियलाइज मी और समझिए कि मैं बहुत अच्छा लीडर हूँ बहुत ऑनेस्ट हूँ और ये थिंग्स I have a long list of things which I want to improve in myself. Which is amazing, but again, let's dive more deeper to that concept of self-awareness, right? Again, a lot of great leaders from every generation. Obviously, Steve who did, and even though he was a great leader, he was not the best leader. He had a sense of narcissism. Often he's which one you are, no matter if they're a millionaire, a billionaire, Pakistan, because CEOs, a lot of people don't. Again have that level of self-awareness and I think that's no reality. Uh, जैसे अभी आप स्टीव जॉब्स को कंपेयर कर रहे हैं और ग्रेट लीडर्स और ग्रेट सीईओज ग्रेट माइंड्स को उनके साथ कंपेयर कर रहे हैं बट नो रियलिटी यू कैन नॉट आई एम नॉट ग्रेट लीडर आई एम नॉट आप मुझे स्टीव जॉब के साथ कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते किसी ग्रेट लीडर के साथ कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते ग्रेट सीईओ के साथ कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग आई एम जस्ट लीडिंग अ स्मॉल टीम और उसको मैं डे टू डे इंप्रूव करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ uh, आपने क्या small team अगर small team है ना तो what would you recommend any business to manage a small team? I'm sure like managing a big team and a small team is quite different, right? What would you recommend? कि देखिए होना चाहिए कि एक फ्रेंड्स आपकी क्या देखिए एनवायरनमेंट कैसा होना चाहिए कि एक वो भी होना चाहिए कि एक अच्छा एनवायरनमेंट होए वो तो होना चाहिए पर लाइक व्हाट्स द डिफरेंस बिटवीन मैनेजिंग a big team versus a small team, right? Managing big team versus small team, I think it is same. It's just a different kind of problems you solve every day. उसमें चाहे स्मॉल टीम हो बड़ी टीम हो आपको हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ करना पड़ता है स्ट्रगल इज ऑलवेज देयर और जो सबसे बेसिक चीज़ है जो आप अपनी टीम में बिल्ड कर सकते हैं दैट इज ट्रस्ट लेवल trusting on each other and everyone should focus on the same shared goal. So I'm just saying this is not something I can imagine. I have already just run out of time. कि आप तभी सक्सेसफुल होंगे जब आप एक सेम शेयर गोल की तरफ काम कर रहे हैं अगर आपकी टीम में 4 लोग हैं एक बंदे की इंटरेस्ट कुछ और है एक बंदे की इंटरेस्ट कुछ और है और सबकी डिफरेंट इंटरेस्ट है और आप चाहते हैं कि उन सबको एक प्रोजेक्ट पे लगा दें they will definitely do their job but they won't be at their best और आप एज अ टीम लीड जो आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है वो ये है you need to make sure they work on the same common shared goal or same common shared target. Then they will work in perfect way. And here it's quite easy. Okay, sorry teams, एक ही goal में काम करें, but practically, right? how वो कैसे करते हैं? That's a different story. Yes, so hard. Yeah, so now that we come to the point, yes, in theory, it sounds fascinating. Yeah, fascinating. In practical, a lot of people would struggle to achieve this. इसमें it comes with empathy. You need to understand your team members. You need to understand what their mindset is, or what would motivate them. And if you don't know that, if you don't understand that, then probably you have hired wrong people, or probably you are also not focused on that shared goal or on that shared and they're not common value. Maybe they're not a good leader. No, I don't say it. Not some people. Not some people. No, I won't say they're not good leaders. Yes. I would say you are not focused on that common shared goal. Yes. अगर आप कुछ अचीव करना चाहते हैं आप अपनी टीम को चाहते हैं कि वो आप पे बिलीव करे यू नीड टू बिलीव योरसेल्फ फर्स्ट ऑन दैट अगर मैं एक प्रोजेक्ट को सक्सेसफुल करना चाहता हूँ आप मेरे साथ काम कर रहे हैं और मैं उस प्रोजेक्ट को लीड कर रहा हूँ अगर मैं उस पे ट्रस्ट नहीं कर रहा अपने आप पे अपनी स्किल्स पे और उस प्रोजेक्ट पे then nobody might be able to do the same. आपने empathy mention किया, which is I think quite rare for any person to mention. You know, from what my understanding is, you know, of the at least the traditional corporate world, the modern world different and Africa. Do you think like empathy comes in at least top 5 traits of any entrepreneurial skills, talent, skills? Entrepreneurial thing is different, so I don't know कि इसीलिए entrepreneur में ये empathy कितनी important है बट अगर आप एक टीम को लीड कर लें doesn't matter development team है या कोई भी है you are leading a few people in any domain yes empathy is quite important so you know what others are thinking yes when I was in university and I don't remember which subject was it but the thing I remember is our teacher used to say कम्युनिकेशन ये नहीं है कि जो आप कहते हैं बहुत दफा ऐसा होता है हम स्कूल के बाद कहते हैं उससे बुरा लग रहा है और फिर हम कहते हैं कि मेरा मतलब वो नहीं था सही है उससे बुरा लग रहा है दैट इज क्लियरली जो आप करना चाहते हो उससे वही लगेगा कम्युनिकेशन इज व्हाट नेक्स्ट पर्सन अंडरस्टैंड्स तो जो चीज आप कह रहे हैं दैट इज नॉट कम्युनिकेशन जो अगला बंदा परसीव कर रहा है उसको समझ रहा है उन वर्ड्स को प्रोसेस कर रहा है दैट इज कम्युनिकेशन और फिर सेम इज विद एम्पैथी यस समटाइम मेरी आप सुबह आए और अब देखें किसी टीम मेंबर का मूड ठीक नहीं है वो फादर he can have anything in his family he has personal life there can be tons of things going wrong in his life yes. अगर उसका मूड खराब है वो आज चीज को प्रॉपर डिलीवर नहीं कर पाया you can't smash it Yes. या अगर आपने वो चीज़ पूछी है वो उसका रिस्पॉन्स यू है जी and in all other days he's quite polite yes and in उसका response to that though you can label him as a rude person yes. You can say you can bring negative things on that so here the empathy comes you need to understand what is wrong with him. He may have a bad incident on the way to office. Yeah. He may have something going on in his family. जिसकी वजह से उसे परेशानी है. So that is quite important. So yes, we should have each and every person should have that. So it's not only the yes. Yours. Yes, but a lot of people again, uh, think it only from the commodity perspective. They don't understand brand or even other aspects. It doesn't have to take anything with money. Yeah, yeah. Material. Money, yeah. But a lot of just Pakistani business, like even abroad, have just a more monetary focus. Empathy is more. It's just humanity. Like, it's like a grace out of the past, right? A graceful presence in a sense. And okay, let me tell you something. अगर आप empathy को जो आपने कहा है कि a lot of people, a lot of business are more money focused. Yes, money focused. Here's the secret. Empathy would give you more money if you want to earn money or if you want to collect more money. Really? Yes. Like, why would you say that? Yeah, so just think of you have 10 people working in the team. Yes. Even before this, just go back to step zero. Yes. Uh, what's the biggest outcome of empathy? People work for you, I guess. Yes, but what is the result of this? People are more productive, I guess. It's emotional too. Emotional, they got if you have empathy and people who work with you, they would feel more emotionally connected with you. Yes. They would know you worry about him, you worry about them. So, एक एग्जांपल है आपके घर के बाहर या आप जिस सोसाइटी में रहते हैं उसके दरवाजे पे अगर कोई सिक्योरिटी गार्ड है सो आजकल बहुत सर्दी है तो सर्दी में बेचारे बाहर बैठे होते हैं अगर कोई आपके घर के नजदीक है तो आप एक दिन दो दिन जितने दिन सर्दी है आप सुबह जब नाश्ता करते हैं उसे चाय का एक कप भिजवा दें it doesn't cost you anything to you. Yes. The thing it costs is आपने चाय बनाते हैं आपने चाय ली तो आपने डाली और जाने और वापस आने में जो 5 मिनट लगे that is the thing which will cost you. लेकिन वो जो पर्सन है जिसे आपने चाय का कप दिया है again एक चाय का कप आप maybe you can buy in few days. Yes. लेकिन जो आपने उसकी केयर की है जो आपने उसके लिए empathy शो की है उसकी पोजीशन को समझा है he would always अब जब भी गुजरेंगे he would have your respect. Maybe आपको वो फेवर ना दे सके या he's not working for you वो आपको कोई materialistic फायदा ना दे सके but he would always have respect for you. आपसे ट्राई करेंगे देखेंगे और now it comes to the money जो मैंने कहा था कि अगर आपने पैसे नहीं कमाने हैं empathy would still give you more money. Because empathy is something which never costs you anything. In most of the cases, of course, किसी को empathy शो करने के लिए आप जैसे आईफोन ले नहीं करते so at max आप किसी को चैन दिला दें और किसी को मे भी आप जानते हुए किसी को लिफ्ट दे दें और जब आप काम में अपने colleagues के साथ आप being their boss or being their manager, yes, आप जब उसके साथ empathy शो करेंगे he would always try to deliver what you have promised. Why? I have given you example before. जी तो उनकी लॉयल्टी बढ़ जाती है in simple words. I won't say loyalty. Yeah. We are not here to buy loyalty. Yes. So it's just emotional attachment. Yes. Emotional connection and your respect and जो चीज़ है. So it's just like there are two things you always show on someone who gives you tea in the office. Yeah. He would still keep giving you tea every day. Yes. Because it is his job. Yes. But you treat him with respect every day. He will still give you tea every day, but that he has respect for you. अगर कभी आपको जरूरत पड़ जाए किसी भी चीज़ की, जहाँ पे आपको उसकी हेल्प चाहिए, किसी तरह से कोई चीज़ चाहिए, तो वो हमेशा आपका ख्याल रखेगा। I won't say he is loyal to you. Yes. We're not here to buy loyalties. ठीक है? Yes. Of course, maybe वो आपके ऊपर honesty and dignity and respect. वो आपकी हमेशा respect करेगा। I think being graceful and being thoughtful is like both that's very important. So and again, this does not take a lot of effort. So this always comes for free. ठीक है? आप इसको empathy शो करने के लिए कभी भी आपको बहुत ज़्यादा फिजिकल एक्ट भी नहीं करनी पड़ती। So it's quite easy. You just need to see it around you. Yes. Other than that, आपने अभी mentioned कर लिया आपने ये भी कहा कि collaboration is very important. आपने ये भी कहा कि connection is very important. You know, understanding the team is very important. More than that, आपकी एवेरिया से भी एक vision तो है, but if you don't mind me asking this, कि आपके other visions क्या हो सकते हैं? And again, what's the end goal of being this entrepreneur? You know, which is small or big, you know, regardless, you know, what's the end goal? इससे पहले मैं आपको ये आंसर देना चाहूँगा जो आपने कहा कि अगर कोई रिजेक्ट होता है तो क्या होता है? So now you are saying yeah. Yes. There are a lot of projects which are in internal stage. उसके डिजाइन बने हुए हैं, डेवलपमेंट टीम ने काम किया हुआ है, कुछ को हमने लॉन्च भी किया था। सो इट इज नॉट सक्सेसफुल। Yes. और कुछ ऐसे हैं जिन पे काम किया हुआ है, इन्वेस्टमेंट भी हुई हुई है। इन्वेस्टमेंट नॉट इन टर्म्स ऑफ मेरे पास बहुत सारे पैसे इन्वेस्ट किया हुआ है, बट आई हैव मैन पावर। जब फ्री टाइम हो तो डेफिनेटली वी वांट देम टू बी समथिंग। यस। तो not all projects are going to be successful. Yeah. So you have to do something. और उसके बाद जो उसमें क्वेश्चन क्या था आपका the end goal like you know आपकी journey where you saw that and you're still you know आपकी career you're tired in a sense right तो आपकी with Everia and anything else right कुछ भी project विजिट आपकी SaaS से software से तो या फिर और आपके higher driven goals हैं I never have big goals. Yes. में बहुत सारे लोग कहते हैं कि आप बड़ा सोचो और बड़ा करो you always have quite big goals quite big targets. I never had any big goals in my mind. या जब जब मैं पहली दफा जॉब के लिए हांगकांग गया था उससे पहले मैंने कभी नहीं तो सोचा कि मैं बस फ्लाई जा ठीक है या मैंने ये कभी नहीं तो सोचा कि मैं अपने चीज देखता हूँ लोगों के पास वो बड़ी बड़ी गाड़ियाँ होती हैं तो ऑफ कोर्स हर बंदे की ख्वाहिश होती है कि वो जहाँ पे आ जाए उससे ज्यादा करे बट आई नेवर हैड क्वाइट बिग ड्रीम्स आई जस्ट wanted to see what tomorrow has for me and I just kept going with the flow और उसके बाद quite important are things that we believe and that is true we have a lot of people who pray for you or and then the things you get a lot of people has their shares in that as well so and I just kept going with the flow and same is for Everia. I have few goals or few visions with Everia that is to make project management journey as easy as possible. Now with all the AI kits, I just want to make it all the information few messages available. आपको जो चीज़ 5-6 टूल्स में जाकर रिपोर्ट जनरेट करके और डिफरेंट टूल्स को विजुअलाइज करके प्लान बनाना पड़ता है कि इस चीज़ पे हम कहाँ पे स्टैंड कर रहे हैं इस डिलीवरी टाइमलाइन पे I just want to make sure that there is just few voice messages or few text messages away on any device you are on phone, you are on laptop, wherever video you're using, it should be just few messages away. So that's my goal with Everia. And other than Everia, I am big in Zealtouch. Yes. और Zealtouch के साथ भी मैंने मेरा ये गोल नहीं है कि Zealtouch में 500 लोग काम करें या 100 लोग काम करें. So where we are right now, yes. इसमें सिर्फ ये है कि हमारी we are facing a lot of problems. Yeah. It's not like now we are facing. Every company, every team has problems to solve. Right? That's what we are facing. So it's not unique problems or we are in crisis. So I just want to solve those problems so that our routine life it is even more smoother. जो लोग वेटी में काम करते हैं वो जब काम करने जब आए ये जब ऑफिस आए तो they should feel being connected in the office. ये नहीं है कि उठ के उनको लगे यार आज फिर ऑफिस आना पड़ेगा तो ये ना चाहता हूँ कि जब वो ऑफिस आए तो they should feel this place they belong to this place. So it's not like they अब मुझे everyone needs money to run their and needs here. तो आपको खाना खर्चे हैं एग्जाम पे करने के लिए आपको भी पैसे की जरूरत है मुझे भी है सबको है तो जो मोटिवेशन है हमारे वर्किंग ये चीज है ये नहीं होनी चाहिए of course money is motivation it doesn't mean कि आप going to give you money just for you trusting कि coming लेकिन इसमें जो और भी मोटिवेशन होने चाहिए कि आप ऑफिस आए आपको लगे कि एक अच्छी जगह में आप आए हैं आपका माइंड फ्रेश हो जाए ना कि आप ऑफिस आए तो आपका मूड साथ ही ऑफ हो जाए so that's what I want so that is my goal. Yes. Uh, Another question which is slightly different, you know, it's not professional in that sense. I hope I know the answer. Are you? Don't worry. Are you actually happy? Yes, I am. What's any advice if a person's again struggling with being happy? You know, again, this was like you know, a lot of people have this grand goals, and you know they think of this vision, this you know luxury life, fame. Yeah, you know, not fame is respect, you know, and for respect being facade, you know, a person to the happy is a more complicated word. How does a person wanting content? Yes, they will just satisfy. So this happiness and contentfulness, you need to understand this. And then again, I'm not a philosopher. Maybe if you don't understand it, but where I am at, I'm happy. And शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह और I am contentful as well. और ये जो जर्नी होता है usually जो mindset है maybe मेरा भी mindset oh people want to achieve things yes but then just because मेरे बहुत बड़े गोल नहीं थे वो छोटे छोटे होते हैं कि मुझे ये इशू आ रहा है ये सॉल्व हो जाए कोई बात नहीं फिक्स हो रहा है तो we usually think happiness comes with money yes ठीक है और मैंने एक रील देखी थी इंस्टाग्राम में दैट्स रील फॉर तो वहां पे एक तरफ एक बंदा था मर्सिडीज में बैठा हुआ है and he's alone he doesn't have a family and he has money to buy anything in the world but he's alone he's sitting at some sad on dark place and just thinking of his life choice but he has money but on the other side एक बंदा कहीं भी मजदूरी करके आता है जी तो वो घर में अपने बच्चों के लिए उसकी दो छोटी छोटी बेटियां होती हैं उनके लिए वो दो पेस्ट्रीज लेके आता है and he does not have enough money to buy pastries for his whole family वो अपनी दो बेटियों के लिए लेके आता है and when he enters home everyone is quite happy and वो बाद में उसको लगती हैं उसकी टांगों के साथ जाती हैं and they are quite happy and seeing that the person he is also quite happy but it doesn't mean मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि अगर आपके पास बिल्कुल भी वैसा नहीं है definitely we the day we are living in so expenses yes बहुत ज़्यादा महंगाई है and everyone needs to have basic things if you don't have money for eating or for fulfilling your basic needs then definitely you are in kind of struggle yes but अगर एक बंदा है जिसके पास सब कुछ है खाने के लिए उसके पास खाना है रहने के लिए जगह है सवारी के लिए एक चीज़ है तो ही शुड बी हैप्पी अगर आपका गोल है कि मैंने 10 मिलियन या 1,000 मिलियन ये कमाना है उसके बाद मैं वर्ल्ड टूर पे जाऊंगा अच्छी गाड़ी लूंगा 8 10 20 मिलियन की तो फिर मैं यू आर नेवर गोइंग टू अचीव दैट you would achieve your financial goals you would achieve that power but you won't be contentful you would have a lot of more but one thing is important being contentful does not mean also bad. You need to do this struggle. Yes. The things you want to achieve tomorrow, everyone tries to be better. Wherever you are today, you want to be better uh, at the better stage tomorrow. Yes. Day after tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So this happiness that should be in ourselves. So आपको जो जर्नी है ना जी आपने ये जो अचीव करना है अगर आप ये कंपनी बनाने जा रहे हैं तो आप ये गोल नहीं सेट कर सकते जब मेरे लिए 5 पता काम करेगा फिर तो मजे ही मजे हैं बस और उसके बाद मुझे कोई काम नहीं करना पड़ेगा मेरे पास पैसे होंगे प्राइवेट जेट होगा मैं जहाँ मर्जी जाऊंगा तो जब आपके 5 बंदा काम करेगा फिर आपके पास पैसे भी होंगे सब कुछ होगा लेकिन आपके पास रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी भी ज्यादा होगी तो वी यूजुअली टेंड to connect happiness with our luxurious life or with money. So इसकी बजाय आज जो है आपके पास उस पे फोकस करें उसको एंजॉय करें और जो ये जर्नी है आपका सक्सेसफुल उस जर्नी को एंजॉय करें यू डोंट नो यू आर गोइंग टू लिव 50 more years और जब आपके पास आज से 10 साल बाद 20 साल बाद 5 बंदा काम करेगा फिर लगी यू लॉट ऑफ सक्सेस तो you don't know उसको तो क्या सिचुएशन को True. So you this is your moment. This is your life. This is your time. Enjoy it. And you have a lot of things in your life right now which you might not have after 10 years. So each thing has its own place. So enjoy that. Nice. Thank you. That's a really good advice. तो मुझे अपने आप लोग मैं फ्लास्क नहीं उसके बाद ये कहते हैं आपने क्या मैं ना एक चीज पे फोकस करता हूँ लाइक यू नो एक सिंपल सिंपल टास्क राइट तो आपकी हैप्पीनेस यू नो does it come also from just solving problems? Happiness? Yeah, like or just satisfaction. Like frustration comes from some problems. So yes, of course. जो आपके छोटे छोटे टास्क हैं बस मैं एक चीज पे काम कर रहा हूँ और वो नई चीज हो रही है और यू नॉट डेवलपर जैसा तो डेवलपर है उसकी सबसे बड़ी खुशी ये होती है कि जिस वक्त वो सॉल्व करता है वो सॉल्व हो जाए तो he's like he feels me so yes छोटे छोटे जो टास्क हैं इसके लिए that gives you of course that gives you happiness it's not that happiness but like you know like a little happiness you know like but आप problem solve किया आपने recognize that's also solving someone else's problem तो वो भी आपको एक satisfaction वो कुछ तो देता है satisfaction देता है productivity देता है वो right हाँ इसे solve करने से ज्यादा it gives the more kind of satisfaction. Like it's not about managing; it's about what people are doing. So कल मेरी इंटरेक्शन हो रहा था यूएलिया का एक जो यूजर है जी और इंडस्ट्रियल मैनेजमेंट जी उसका फीडबैक था वो पहले कंप्यूटर में जी और पहले वो एक्सेल शीट्स को यूज करती थी शी हैड टू अप्रोच मी कि मैं इसको यूज करना चाहती हूँ लेकिन मुझे आप एक्सेल शीट इंपोर्ट करने की ऑप्शन है इसको आई डू यू वांट टू इंपोर्ट ये तो ओनली वंस इंपोर्ट होती है बार बार इंपोर्ट नहीं हो सकती क्योंकि एक दफा आप माइग्रेट करें टेस्ट केसेस को तो यू आर डन विद एक्सेल शीट दैट इज गॉन अब उसके बाद सारे टेस्ट केसेस यहाँ पे लिखी तो वो क्या कर रही थी कि वो अभी भी टेस्ट केसेस को एक्सेल शीट में मैनेज कर रही थी व्हाई दिस कम्स विद एम्पैथी सो व्हाई कि उसके लिए टेस्ट केसेस को एक्सेल में मैनेज करना इजी था इवेरिया में मैनेज करने के बजाय वार एक्सेल शीट में वो टाइप करती हैं उसके बाद एंटर करती हैं नेक्स्ट टाइप करती हैं एंटर करती हैं नेक्स्ट टाइप करती हैं एंटर करती हैं यहाँ पे इनका क्वेश्चन था यह करना था कि यहाँ पे मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा यूज करना पड़ता है एक टेस्ट केस मैंने क्रिएट किया उसके बाद मैंने माउस के साथ से क्लिक किया एक बटन पे क्लिक किया क्रिएट न्यू किया सो शी was giving feedback about not having good user experience. So that gives me satisfaction. जो feedback है वो बहुत important है. But not only feedback gives me satisfaction. What gives me satisfaction? I connect with development teams, right? Okay. और development team ने उसके जो कंसर्न थे उसके साथ बैठ के प्लान बनाया टू गिव देम यूजर एक्सपीरियंस व्हाट दे आर हैविंग टुडे विद एक्सेल ताकि फ्यूचर में भी कोई यूजर टेस्ट केसिंग को यूज कर रहा है और a lot of QA does this job in Excel sheets so they should not feel कि ये टूल उनकी प्रोडक्टिविटी को हिंडर कर रहा है या उसको स्लो डाउन कर रहा है so that gives me satisfaction customers are giving feedback we are trying their problems we are solving their problems so that more people can use this product. And even with customers, obviously empathy is important, right? एक employee के लिए or एक manager के लिए it's different, right? But the customer or with clients is also important. How do you think some people, are bad customers, if I have to be honest, with them, is empathy more important? I I don't remember we have a bad customer. हम मैं कहता हूँ कि हमारे लिए जो कस्टमर में एक ज़्यादा फोकस करता है बैड कस्टमर किस वजह से हो सकता है the only reason is you're not delivering what you expect. Yes, basically. But for me, that customer is very important for us. He is with us a long time. और हम एक प्रोजेक्ट में काम कर रहे थे जी तो he expects us quite high quality output and I'm very happy with him. Why? जो टीम उस प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रही है ये डेवलपमेंट माइंड पेट होता है आपने कोड लिखा और यू जस्ट डोंट वेरीफाई ऑल द टेस्ट केसेस सो ही हैज taught us for this 1.5 year what is best product. So there are two ways. मैं उसे कहूँ customer now. But the other way is he taught us what is best product. So I will focus more on what he has taught us. So feedback is essential. It's not feedback, it is what do they expect? Yes. So Zealtouch EFLC is there or Zealtouch way. Our job is to execute someone else's idea. Yes. To deliver them what do they want. Yes. Of course, they can be bad customers if they don't understand you. They have their own point of view. Yes. But we never have any such experience. So each and every customer is there to teach you something from them. And आपने mentioned the customer there. You have learned a lot from them. Yes. Again, a person is starting and dealing with a customer which is supposedly bad, right? What advice would you give them? Like, उनकी perception कैसे change करेगी? ये लोग customers को deal करने के लिए bad है. हाँ, like this was my starting business मैंने ठीक है. First मैं client से deal कर रहा हूँ और वो so I'm not understanding him, he's not understanding me. तो आप क्या करोगे? To me because देखिए इसमें services industry में जी customer is quite important. Quite important. क्योंकि our business is coming from them. Yeah. और जो हमेशा सीखा है throughout the life, throughout professional life, उसमें यही है कि yes, customer is important, but you need to draw the line. He, you are, of course, you are giving him your time. Yes. ठीक है? And there is nothing bad customer or good customer. You are doing this job, you're doing this business, and you need money if you're a freelancer. If you're a business owner, you need money to pay the jobs. So you should know the most important thing is you should know what he wants. आप उसको deliver उसके according करें. ठीक है? Of course, customer is important, लेकिन expectation भी realistic होना चाहिए. अब अगर एक ऐसा customer है जो जिसको आप बताते हैं कि ये काम 20 दिन में होगा वो एक्सपेक्ट करता है कि आप 20 पर लगा रहे हो ये काम एक दिन में कर दें पॉसिबल सो देयर इज नो वे टू हैंडल दैट यू नीड टू मेक देम रियलाइज कि दिस इज नॉट व्हाट हैपेंस ये काम ऐसे नहीं करता So the best thing is involve them in your process, in your day-to-day process, in your planning meetings, in your grooming meetings, so that they understand your point of view. और उसको भी बताओ आप इस तरह से काम करते हैं आपका जो वे ऑफ वर्किंग क्या है. So once he know that, he will be happy. Going back to Everia again, आपका जो business है it's more service oriented, right? Zealtouch is more service oriented. And Everia is more product oriented. Everia is product. That's a soft product. Yes. So how much branding is a role of your shops? Uh, Nowadays, branding plays a lot of role, especially all this social media age. Yes. So it's all about branding. Yes. जो आप प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं आपसे डिलीवर करते हैं दैट इज द टिप ऑफ द आइसबर्ग. उसकी जो एक्चुअल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है जो ब्रांडिंग है दैट इज क्वाइट इम्पोर्टेंट. आप अपने देखें बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिन्होंने सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर थे. दे गेन पॉपुलैरिटी, दे गेन फॉलोअर्स, और उसके बाद उन्होंने अपने क्लॉथिंग ब्रांड्स और बहुत सारी चीज़ें लॉन्च की हैं. ब्रांडिंग इज क्वाइट इम्पोर्टेंट. इन प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी, यस दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. दैट कम्स लेटर. वो तब आएगी जब आपके जो कस्टमर्स हैं आपकी प्रोडक्ट तक पहुंचेंगे. और उसके बाद ये प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी मैटर करती है. लेकिन जो ब्रांडिंग है दैट इज द वे फॉर योर कस्टमर्स टू मेक अ वेट टू प्रोडक्ट. There is a quite unique name. Everia. Yes. It's quite a unique name. So how do you even decide the name? इसमें क्या short distance करते हैं एक नाम को. ये पहले इसका नाम कोर्स बेस था. Yes. जब हमने इसको स्टार्ट किया था. और फिर उस वक्त जब कोर्स बेस था उस वक्त हमने इसे सिर्फ प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट और टेस्ट केस मैनेजमेंट के लिए स्टार्ट किया था. और फिर जब इसमें हमने बाकी चीज़ें ऐड की जो ABS फीचर्स हैं, a lot of things evolve based on customer feedback, based on product research. Then we felt the need of renaming it. Oh, that was quite hard for me. Yes. The almost हमारी marketing ready थी और product भी ready थी, वो सब चीज़ें ready थी. We was holding it because of renaming it. Yes. Because अगर हमने rename करना है तो हम पुराने name से brand नहीं करना चाहते थे. And it, for me it was quite hard. रात के 2-3 बजे तक मैं बैठा हुआ हूँ नाम सोच रहा हूँ. उसके बाद उस पे जो ड्यू डिलिजेंस है जो प्रोसेस है वो आई चेक है वो उस पे करता हूँ तो दैट डजंट पास. एंड अब 75 स्लीव ऑफ 99. और फिर इसके बाद बहुत सारे नाम आए. एक दो नाम हमने फाइनली किए. टीम में अनाउंस कर दिया कि ये नाम हम चूज करते हैं. But those names did not pass the mic check. So this name is just like कि मेरे ज़हन में आया तुझे पर आपको. Yes. इसके एक नाम को फाइनल करने के बाद उसके कुछ स्टेप्स होते हैं. So we was especially me was so frustrated कि एक नाम डिसाइड हुआ मैंने टीम शीट कर दी कि हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं. And then it did not pass the mic check. तो आप एक ऐसा नाम जानते थे कि it show all these futuristic things, the things we are going to achieve. Although video may sound weird, yeah, but लेकिन इस पे काफी सारे लोग थे और essentially we wanted to come up with a unique name. और then that's really how we finalized it. और जब इसको फाइनल किया टीम ने पहले ये अनाउंस कर चुके थे ये नाम रखेंगे. और फिर इस तरह शेयर किया कि उस वाइट चेकिंग हम सारी पास की. और जो प्रोडक्ट टीम है उसके साथ सबके साथ शेयर किया कि हम ये नेम रखते हैं. और उसमें एक बंदे का नाम था, एक बंदे का फीडबैक था कि ये किसी मेडिसिन का नाम था. और someone said कि ये किसी लड़की का नाम है. And all that. And some people said they're going to wear Iranian dress from Walima. But this is how we ended up. So it's basically God's attention. The name is so unique that the issue with course base was that carries its legacy from late 90s, early 2000s. So the all products in those years they have this kind of names. But now we wanted something which is more futuristic than past. And in Everia is quite
It's very, very unique name. And I don't think I could vibe check on check. Yes. So that's what the personal experience. Like vibe check on that was मैं आप मेरी की vibe check different होगी आपकी क्यों अलग होगी आपकी टीम की क्यों अलग होगी तो how does the person even sort of qualify themselves?
हाँ इसमें वाइब चेक doesn't mean कि मैं फील क्या कर रहा हूँ
जी
अगर मैं ही वेरिया कह रहा हूँ तो that sounds cool
yeah
वाइब चेक मीन कि आप इतने टीम में किस तरह से यूज करते हैं आप टिकट पे करते हैं
जी
एप्लीकेशन क्रिएट करते हैं आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं नॉलेज हम है so let's say you have a question which you want to find from your documents you would say, let's find this out on Everia. Let's ask this to Everia. So this is how you check, you do all these web checks. And you say, I will create a ticket on Everia.
yes
ठीक है या टीम में डिसीजन हो रही है वो कहते हैं इसका भाग गया है ये काम इसकी टिकट ऑलरेडी है वैसे so that is those are the steps on web check.
so it's like proper research on JST उसके अलावा क्या कहते हैं आपने अपने ब्रांडिंग इम्पोर्टेंट ये भी आपने कवर कर लिया है बट ब्रांडिंग आज कल की दुनिया में ना लॉट ऑफ आपने खुद ही कह गए इंस्टाग्राम भी है सोशल मीडिया भी है यूट्यूब भी है राइट एंड जो दूसरी आपकी सेंटर है दैट्स मोर सर्विस ओरिएंटेड तो उसमें और इसमें जो मार्केटिंग है कि तो उसमें फर्क क्या है व्हाट्स द difference in marketing
For Zero guys, we never did any marketing. We do have sales team, but उसमें हमने कभी marketing नहीं किया ठीक है लेकिन रील्स में हमें पता है कौन हमारा कस्टमर है या और उनको कैसे रीच करना है यहाँ पे कोर्स इंस्टा में हम उसको कस्टमर्स को रीच करेंगे थ्रू कोल्ड ईमेल्स और ऑल दोस मीडियम्स लेकिन मार्केटिंग इसलिए इम्पोर्टेंट है पीपल अराउंड यू और जो आपके पोटेंशियल कस्टमर्स हैं पता होना चाहिए कि देयर इज समथिंग व्हिच एग्जिस्ट सो with Zealtouch, we would always work with limited amount of customers at a time at max. If you are quite scaled up, maybe 100 customers के साथ काम करेंगे 200 के साथ करें 500 के साथ करें they will always be limited. With those limited numbers, we always have needs to reach that. लेकिन इवेंट पे कस्टमर्स नॉट बी लिमिटेड
जी
अब ये नहीं कह सकते कि इसके हमारे 500 कस्टमर्स हैं एंड वी कैन क्या
जी
या 5,000 है या 5 लाख है देयर इज नो कैप सो वी वांट एवरीवन इन दिस टू मे टू नो दैट कि इवेलुएट प्रोडक्ट है जो दिस करती है और वो इसको यूज कर सकते हैं
that's actually
so that's why marketing is important on Everia. But of course, it is important on Zealtouch. लेकिन हमने Zealtouch कभी की नहीं, so I cannot give you much of insight of that.
that's more sales
जी
that's more sales oriented उसके अलावा आपकी अगर आपने वो पहले बताया कि empathy is important collaboration goal is important आपने भी कहा happy right I'm very content life in general आपने भी कहा कि I like small tasks करना so if there is something you are giving me advice after advising
so whatever you want to achieve in life, you should start taking practical steps. Don't keep in your head and think, I will do it someday. Do it today. So of course, you're not going to achieve that overnight, but take first step, which will bring you closer to whatever you want to achieve.
thank you sir for lying
So it's over.
over here
Thank you.
no it's fine. Thank you